Hi everyone, welcome to a hip opening class. Today we'll be doing half an hour of asanas mostly to open up the hips. And if you did not warm up and you feel like this is too much, there is another class, a half an hour class with more basic movements. If you're coming straight from that class, then you can skip that first minute and get straight into the moves. So when you're ready, grab your mats and let's get into it. So we'll be starting with our legs in front of us and just bending the right leg. So what you're trying to do here is pressing both knees down, not using your hands, using your mind. Yeah? If the knee is way up here, that's fine, but always trying to press it down, which is going to open your hip. Yeah? And lace the fingers and press forward. Relax the head down. Inhale back. Exhale, press forward. Inhale back. And the third one we hold. So you can grab your leg, you can grab your toes, or you can do the bind where you go left, so same arm as the straight leg, so left hand around and you grab the left fist and you're trying to lengthen the spine. Try not to round the spine too much, moving the crown of the head away from your sacrum. Moving the elbows down towards the mat. Keep pressing the knees down. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Okay, come back. Breathe in and switch legs. So you're trying to bring the foot as high as possible. Again, some of us need to have the foot a little bit lower. That's fine too. Okay. Pull the toes back on your right foot and then slowly go forward. Exhale. Inhale, come back. Exhale, go forward. Inhale back. And the third one we hold. So like I said earlier, grab the leg. You can grab your ankle, your calf. You can grab the toes, pull the toes back. Or you can go around and grab the fist. This time, grabbing the right fist with your left hand. Lengthening the spine. Think about moving your belly forward towards your thigh. And you might feel that on your left side, in the lower back, in the hip on your left side, as well as, of course, on the straight leg. Yeah, back up the straight leg. Okay, come back. And then we switch again. This time we go into half lotus. So in that other class, part one of this series, we did a whole bunch of therapy to make half lotus better. So if you haven't done that, you can go and check it out. So in half lotus, you're trying to bring the foot as high as possible, trying to bring the knee down, yeah? And we go forward and we do the bind, or we grab the leg, or we grab the toes, or we're way up here, and that's fine too. Yeah, anything you can manage today is fine. Holding half lotus and going into a forward stretch in half lotus is gonna impact your pelvic floor, it's gonna impact your sacrum, and some of us have the sacrum that's tilted, or the pelvic floor, the tailbone, sorry, that's tilted. So this is a great pose to rebalance and maybe fix the pelvic floor, the tailbone, or the sacrum, 'em, if there's any imbalance. Again, think about lengthening the spine. Okay, we come back and we straighten the right leg and we give it a little shake and maybe tap the knee if the knee is a bit sore. And then we switch and grab the left foot and pull it up. Pull my mic out of the way. That's it. Big breath in and we go forward. Wherever you are, just connect with the hip. Breathe into the hip, wherever you feel the tightest. You don't need to be very flexible to get benefits. In fact, if you're less flexible, you'll get more benefit than someone who can very easily go very deep into every pose. Okay, come back. And we just take a little lie down after that, yeah? Tap the knee if your knee is very sore, but lie down, your back otherwise. Palms up. And maybe you can feel the sacrum, you can feel the bottom of the spine has been worked very strongly. All right, pull the toes back, bring the hands on the belly, chin down, keep your upper body relaxed, take a breath in, and as you exhale, come up. Okay, and come around. And we're gonna start with a low lunge. So we bring our right foot forward, okay? So you can also usually get into it from down dog. You lift the leg and then you bring the foot and place it. Yeah, when you do sequences or vinyasas, that's how you get into it. So your right foot is forward and you come forward, come up. Both hands are gonna be placed on the right knee. So your back foot is flat and we're gonna try and lower the hips down. Okay, for some of us, that's already a lot. So just stay there. But what you can do, and it's really nice to add, is trying to round your back as you keep dropping the hips here. Don't let the hips come back up. Round the back and trying to bring the head down to touch and rest on your hands and knee. As you do that, you keep dropping the hips forward and down. Okay, come back. Now, again, if being here is already a lot for you, stay there. Otherwise, what you can try is bend the back leg and grab the back foot. And then push. So you turn your hand, push the foot down. So your elbow is pointing back, your fingers are pointing forward. As you do that, you drop the hips, yeah? If you're way up here, trying to slowly lower down. Another one, easier for some of us, because we struggle to grab the back leg and we get a little bit wobbly. We keep the left hand down, we turn, and we grab our foot. And from there you can pull. Okay. And then the third one, and then we'll switch side. Both hands forward next to our foot, and we're gonna lift the back knee Straighten the back leg. Keep the right foot planted, especially the inside of the foot. It tends to just lift and arch, and all the pressure goes onto the outside knee, outside leg, and outside edge of the foot. So keep it planted. You can stay right here. And this is called the lizard pose. And you're trying to lower the hips down here. Your next option is to just lower your left elbow. And maybe that's a good place to be for you today. If you're comfortable with that, bring both elbows down. And your goal is to get your back below your knee. So it's hard to see in this position, but if you've got a mirror here on the side, if you're recording yourself, you can see how low your back can get. As you do that, keep pressing into your left heel. Keep that left leg engaged. Keep the inside of your right foot pressing down. 2 more breaths. Okay, and then come back up. And we go into down dog. So lift the foot. Come back into down dog, lifting the hips. One hip feels very different, and we're gonna rebalance it by taking the left foot forward, place it between your hands, and then lower the back knee, flatten your right foot, come up, both hands on your knee, and just stay there. Lower the hips, open the chest if you want to take it to the next step. Round your back, keep lowering the hips and trying to touch the head to the hands. Keep lowering the hips. Okay, come back and we do the back leg. So we bend, grab. That's the harder version. The easier one is where you twist with your right hand down, twisting to the left. As you do that, you keep lowering the hips. And what you want to do is not bring your heel to your bum, but to the side of your bum. Keep the chest facing forward, facing the front of the mat. Beautiful. Let it go. Both hands come down, back leg straightens, press into that right heel, stay right there if you want, or lower your right elbow, and if that's a lot, stay there, or lower both elbows. Keep that left foot planted, keep pressing into your right heel, keep trying to lower your back down to the ground. Back leg is engaged. And I'm just giving you options here because some of us might be more flexible than others in the hips, and it might be the 10th time you do this class, or the 100th time you do this pose, so this pose is more easy for you. I don't feel bad about being on your hands and struggling and feeling really tight, because this pose is very intense. It takes a long time to get both elbows down. Okay, go back onto your hands if you're on the elbows, and then lift the foot and come back into down dog.
And we just recenter, regroup in down dog, moving the hips a little bit side to side. Okay, we're gonna bring the left knee forward and place it between the hands. And we go into pigeon. So for this variation of pigeon, we don't have to bring the shin parallel to the mat. Yeah, that's all right. We're gonna do a different focus. So focusing more on the meridians, in which case you want the foot to be pointing back, the toes to be pointing back. So we're stretching the whole stomach meridian. Okay, so you want the knee to be in line with the center of your chest, and you want the back leg to be engaged. Keep pressing the back leg down. In fact, squeeze your right glutes if you can. Press into your right foot. You can be on your hands, or you can go onto your fingertips to open the chest even more. And just breathe here. So it's all in the back leg, pressing the back leg down. Of course, the front leg is pressing as well, but engage that back leg. Okay, fold forward, lie down, arms forward, long arms. Just relax completely onto your left leg. Just let go of everything. Even if being here is intense for you, just breathe into wherever you feel the intensity and relax into it. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere you don't need to hold tension, like your shoulders, your arms, your jaw. Okay, bring the hands back. And we can just go back to the same position, like this, or we can maybe let go of the hands, take the arms up, lace the fingers, and point the index fingers up. And maybe you can look up. Keep the back leg engaged, keep the front leg pressing down. And let it go, and fold down again. Long arms forward. Okay, we switch. You can do a slow switch, or you can try this quick hop. Hop, switch knee, and we're here. Knee centered with the center of your chest. Hands on both sides, toes pointing back. Look at the back leg, is it straight? Just so that mine wasn't. See, nobody's perfect. Point the toes back. That's it, pressing the back leg down, engaging the left leg, engaging the glutes, and breathing here. Okay, fold forward, lie down. Relax onto your right leg. And come back. And we do our other variation. Or we just go back to that first variation.
Okay, it depends what you can tackle today. And try taking the arms up, maybe lacing the fingers, point the index fingers up, look up. And ultimately you want to be taking the arms back. Okay, beautiful. Come back down, lie down. Okay, bring the hands under, and this time we're gonna just take the left leg forward for our next pose. So this one is great because we're gonna work the hip, but we're also gonna work the shoulder blade at the same time. So let's start with the right foot on top of the right knee, and then we bend the leg. If you get any sensitivity in the knee, pull the toes back to protect it. And we just start by trying to bring the chest closer and closer to the shin. So chest to shin. And you'll see that the closer you get from your shin, the more intense it gets in the glutes and in the hip. And you can stay there, or you can try to take your left arm up, big breath in, and then take it around and place your elbow, tricep, on the bottom of your left foot and twist. And as you twist after, you can reach further down, so you bring your foot higher up into your armpit. And then try to bend your right foot and maybe grab the toes. And we're holding here. And if you can't grab the toes, don't worry. Just keep pushing, twisting. Okay, let it go. Shake the legs. Now you can feel that left hip got worked really hard, and the left shoulder blade at the same time. Let's try the other side. So try it from a different angle. Here, hands behind you, bringing the chest closer and closer. Flex the toes if you feel anything in the knee. And then you can try the twist. Right arm up, big breath in. And as you exhale, reach across and twist. And again, slide the foot up towards the armpit. Maybe you can flex the left foot and grab the toes. And once you get that, it's a really nice double stretch hip and shoulder blade. Beautiful. Let it go. All right, shake the legs. And then the next one we're gonna do on our back. And it's a variation on Happy Baby. So Happy Baby is when you grab both feet, outside edge of both feet, and you're pulling the feet down, pulling the knees down, both sides of your rib cage.
But what we're gonna do now is keep the left leg bent, but let go of your left foot and just focus on your right foot. And try to bring your right knee to touch the ground. If it doesn't touch the ground, that's fine. If you rock to the side a bit, that's also fine. That's what you want. And you want to, both hands grab the foot, right knee is either touching the ground or almost touching the ground. And keep that as you're going to slowly extend your left leg. So first you just bring the left foot down on the ground, but then you slowly try and extend the left leg. And maybe you can extend it completely while keeping it on the ground. Maybe it's up into the air. And keep that. Keep hold of the foot and keep extending your left leg. And breathe into the hip. Okay, now we slowly bend the left leg, let go of your right foot, slowly let go of the right leg, bring it down on the floor. Keep it bent at first and then slowly extend it. Again, you need to let the blood return. As you move your leg and work the hip like we just did, you block the blood circulation in a way into certain parts of the body. So it's always important to go back to a prone position. Okay, let's try the other side. So bending both legs. This time grab the left foot with both hands and pull the knee just on the outside of your ribs, outside of your left chest. And your goal is to get the knee to touch the mat. And then you can slowly try to extend your right leg forward. Slowly, slowly, slowly. No rush, take your time. The more you extend it, the more you're basically almost going into a split, but your left leg is bent. So the more your right leg is pulling your left hip open. Breathe into the hip. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Okay, beautiful. Bend your right leg, let go of the left foot, and then slowly straighten your left leg and straighten both leg, arms by your sides, palms up. Just stay there for a few seconds before we end with one last pose. All right, bring your hands on your belly, big breath in, chin down, toes back, and then exhaling up. Beautiful, and we go into standing. And we're gonna finish with a pose called half moon. So half moon is, there's an element of balance into the pose. So if you keep falling or you're scared of falling, what I advise you to do is to do it with the wall behind you. Okay, but I'll show you first without the wall. So let's start with our right foot. Toes pointing forward. You're going to bring your hands in front of your foot, a little bit off to the side, a little bit off to the right. Keep your left hand on your left hip to start with. Once you feel comfortable and balanced, take your left arm up. Now you're reaching back with your left heel, pulling your toes, left toes back. And the goal is to stack the hips, so roll the left hip open. And your gaze can stay on the mat if it's already quite difficult for you to balance, but the goal is to slowly get your eyes to look at your top hand, which makes the balance much more difficult. And the variation we do with the wall, you don't want your foot against the wall, you want it a little bit off, and you do the same thing. And you can rest on the wall and use the wall to open the hips. Now, if you're lucky enough to have someone in your house that can help you, they can put their hands on your hip bone here and lean on your hip to open you up even more and hold you there for 10 breaths. Okay, if you're in the pose the whole time, you can come out, well done, and we'll try the other side. And again, you might find one side way more difficult to balance because you have one leg that's just stronger, or you have more awareness on one side of your body. Let's try it. So either against the wall, turn around, or on your mat. Okay, when you step into it, my advice is to keep your back leg really straight and engaged from the beginning. Okay, bring your left hand down a little bit off to the side. When you're comfortable, right arm up. Try not to let the back leg drop, keep it up. The foot should be in line with the hips. And get that right hip open. Now this is working the hips in so many ways. Not only you're trying to open the groin to stack the hips, but as you're trying to balance and stay in the pose, your hip is being open, your knee is working, inside leg and outside leg are working hard to keep you in the pose, and the hip, as it's trying to keep you balanced, is working and opening. Try to look at your top hand without falling. And slowly come out of it. Beautiful. Okay. And we're done, guys. If you want to rest into Shavasana on your back, lie down and have a few minutes to rest. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a comment if you have any suggestions, any class you want me to prepare for you guys. And I hope you really enjoyed it. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.